family, welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will be all about the turnovers. The Vikings are #1 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against the Eagles team that knows they have to take care of the ball.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. The Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. After the run, Watson going to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Benson Mayowa in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. A first carry for Elijah McGuire. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Let's go! Watch it now! Gone! Hurry up, here we go! Black Knight, Philly, here we go!
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Complete to the right side, it's Eifert. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run to McGuire, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the interception, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So a collective holding a breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And all eyes now on the backup quarterback as he'll duck under center. On second down, Lynch. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Lynch. And Josh Hill has it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 16 on third and 16, and that spot moves the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Lynch looking to throw on second. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Back to the air, Lynch after the pick six. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Play clock winding down. Now Lynch on 1st down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Here's Lynch. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing after the interception. Lynch. And some room to work. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On second down, here's Lynch. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
First and 10, it's Lynch. Completes it to Ajayi. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Lynch. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Lynch now, work to do, certainly after that sack. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Lynch. He finds his target, Fuller. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. There the Eagles are back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On the carry, this is McGuire. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And now running right through it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Let's go! Brand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. He's at the 50. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. After the interception, here's Lynch. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go now. 319! 319! Hot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56 in there. Party, party. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Ajayi trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw in that play. No gain.
They run again with Ajayi. And they'll get him down right around the 16. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, Lynch. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
No,
play fake here on first down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 32-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. In motion right is Watkins. To throw on second down, Lynch. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Play action. It's Lynch. That is incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's second down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. Now they go screen. It's complete. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
To throw on third down. Lynch. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Here's McGuire, and he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking deep for Crabtree. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Garoppolo looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Ryan Allen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he fields it cleanly. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Begin the drive with a J. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chomp into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Here's Lynch to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Boswell for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His sixth touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
First down, it's Lynch. Eluding the pressure right. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing here, Lynch on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Fresh set of downs here. Now it's Lynch. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Lynch. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you either throw...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard.
Now McGuire. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Hurry up, here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here's Ryan Allen now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Lynch. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Lynch. He finds Ajayi. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 41-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lynch going deep here for Watkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Garoppolo looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
2nd down following the incompletion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Throwing deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. And now a 1st down following that long gain. And to give this time to the tailback. Space to run past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Leopard! All right, here we go. All right, now look at
And the big tight end shifting around. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Oh, this is becoming